All right, Kelly, please call the roll.
Mayor Raineyberg.
Here.
Commissioner King Esler.
Here.
Commissioner Darren Davina.
Here. Everyone, please rise as you are able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So if we have anyone sign for public comment. Okay, the first part of this is public comments. And you can talk about anything you want for 3 minutes. We don't know what the subject is, so we probably won't be able to respond. So if you're here for a particular item on the agenda and it is the second reading, we will give you time to talk about that specific issue when we get to the second reading on the agenda. And as you'll see, we have several of those, 3 or 4 of those. The agenda is over on the screens there. If you could scroll up a little bit, Ken, so people can see the second readings, starting with item C. So those are the things, so there'll be the second readings tonight. Okay, hearing nothing from the public, we'll move on to
Mr. Mayor, I do have a comment for you. I ran into Gerald Denning, who donated the Freedom Silo to the city in 2020. He was at the orchestra concert and asked me how to get a word to you that he feels strongly that the Freedom Silo structure needs a cap on it. He said apparently the bullhead that's on the top of it is made of wood, and he feels the structure is in danger and needs some help there. He said that he would be willing to help the city with that expense, but it's way more than he can handle. Now, he should be in your records as to how to reach him, but it was a concern, and I said I'd find a way to get it to you, and so I have done that for him.
all right, thank you. Thank you, Doc. Okay, any other public comments? Mr. Shannon.
I've brought this up many times to the mayor, to Darren, to Ken tonight. The manhole cover on Eisenhower has been messed up since before 2008 when I moved back here with my kids. I talked to Russ Baumus at the time and the city manager at the time. Russ Baumus said it would be an easy fix. Russ was a streets person. Said it was going to be an easy fix. All they needed to do is go down to their warehouse and get the ring that goes on there that's at a slope and fix it. There's been many times where I've seen Tom, I don't know his name, he works for or his last name, he works for the school district now. He used to have a mowing company, and that was back in 2008, 2009. His people went over that manhole cover and blew 2 tires out on their trailer because it's such a beat up. I took Darren out there a few months ago and showed him that manhole cover. I've seen pieces of cast iron, parts of cars there that have fell off of cars from people that don't know that manhole cover's messed up. And all I get is, are you an engineer? No, but I have enough common sense to know that we need to get that fixed. And this being blown off since before 2008, because I'm sure other people have brought it up. Your young man right over here brought it up that his wife hits it every weekend. You know, so what are we going to do about it? I've been told today by Mr. Indavina that, because I asked him about it, he said that it's going to take time because they have to replace the manhole. Well, you know, it doesn't take that long to get it done. If we need to go out there, I have a backhoe on my tractor. If we can get it marked and go out there and dig it myself, and I can get it done in a couple days instead of waiting how many years. The other thing that was brought up is I live out in the neighborhood out by Jack Henry. Bel Air, North Bel Air. And I remember reading a couple years ago in the previous administration that you're supposed to drive your golf carts to and from your house to the golf course, or to and from your house to the gas station to get gas for your golf carts. But we still have young people that don't have driver's license and that doing that. I think it was 2 years ago, somebody went around the corner.
You're limited to 3 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna finish up, Mayor. 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, somebody went around the corner at the bottom of the hill there, where you go to Max Easley's house and up the hill towards Linda Esperago's house, went around that curve and flipped the golf cart over with kids on it. It'd be different if they were old enough to have a driver's license and no little kids on it, riding with them half the time. We need to get that stopped. The chief of police just told me, if it happens, give them a call and they'll come out and fix it, because they can't just stay in that neighborhood. But we need to put that note back out again to remind these people that it doesn't need to happen. And one real quick thing. City employees don't need to say, are you an engineer? It just takes common sense to fix things, you know? Just always saying, are you an engineer? That's bogus. And if they don't want to do their job, you three have the authority, I believe, fire them. Get rid of them. I'm all for keeping them if they're doing their job. But if they blow you off and blow you off and blow you off, fire them. Get rid of them. I'm not paying taxes to keep people that ain't going to do the job.
Just so you know, I have made a note of all of those.
Okay.
Follow up.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's go down to regular business, consent agenda. Any motions?
I'll move that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Call the roll.
Mayor Rainey
Yes.
Commissioner King Gaspar.
Aye.
Commissioner Darren Indovina.
Aye.
Okay, we're going to do a couple of recognitions now. We talked about, this is breast cancer awareness. Is it still a month, or was that last month?
Still this month.
Okay, this whole month. And I'll ask Mr. Joe Dawes to come up here. He's from the Ozark Breast Cancer Foundation.
Thank you, Joe.
Now, Joe, you could probably talk to us about the event there. I hope you'll do that. You'll do it much better than I will.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor, and thanks for having me. I'd like to at least let Dustin Stowwagon from the fire department come up. He was one of our main planners and a member of the committee that formed this. I've got a presentation to make to the winners and to the city after that.
Didn't think so. This year, the fire department, we did a hunt for a cause, and I didn't do it by myself. If I can get Cassie and Tamara and Mickey all to come up here with me for this. It takes a group effort to plan and do something. You might ask what a hunt for a cause is. Our first ever hunt for cause for breast cancer awareness was a great success. We had 17 stops where teams of 4 went around and did different events. Our 17 stops included tire bowling at ASI, hopscotch at OWN, coffee sampling at Great Dave's, scavenger hunt inside Jury Go of Monett, cornhole at Brad Hills, putting at the Windmill Ridge Golf Course, a duck hunt at Wayfield Stay out on H Highway, a pickleball contest at Pickleball Hub of Monett. The fire department, we did a hose challenge where you sprayed water and knocked over cones. Cox Monett, they had a sporting theme, anywhere from lassoing a cone to hockey. The VFW did disc golf. The Chamber did a tennis ball toss. FCO did a picture, a silo picture at Monett, and the Monett football team did field goal toss. Each earned different points throughout the day. At the end of the day, Team Morgan Hollow, new bookstore in town, came out on top with over 500 points. Congratulations to them. Again, I can't take all the credit because without Mickey, Tamara, and Cassie, and Joe, and Matt Batson of the Brower House Brewing, none of this would have happened. As firefighters, we enjoy helping people. That's what we do. We answer the call when citizens and visitors of our great town are having a bad day. We are here for them. But events like this give us another way to help. By raising money for someone's mom, grandma, wife, daughter, sister, dad, granddad, son, brother, who's either fighting the cause or has survived it. I've got 2 survivors beside me here tonight. And give them a round of applause. They've been through it. 9 years ago today, the union stepped out with First State Bank to sell t-shirts to raise money for breast cancer of the Ozarks. On an average, we raise $2,500 to $3,500 a year for breast cancer of the Ozarks, which is pretty good for a small little fire department. We came up with this hunt for a cause after talking to Joe. My first goal was around $5,000. We met every week for about 8 months, talking, discussing. It'd be great. But as we met, I looked over at Mickey one day. I said, I think we can hit 10,000. He said, Wagon, let's do it. Well, I'm proud to say the Hunt for a Cause first year raised $13,366.65, and we're still going. We're still selling shirts every Friday at the bank. We might hit 15,000. Every dollar stays right here in Barry and Lawrence County. And Joe will mention that a little bit more. It helps with different things. Thank you for every team that helped, everyone that helped to support. My great friends here, mark your calendars down because Hunt for a Cause will be back for its second year, September 26th of 2026. Joe, you want to come up?
It's rare that community steps up like this, and we've been around for 25 years, and there's just a couple of them that have done this. We're proud of our collaboration with the City of Monett. This group, our healthcare partner, Cox Monett, stepped up. They're a big part of what we do here. We're going to use this money to pay for free screening mammograms for women that can't afford them, that don't have insurance. We also pay for their non-medical daily living expenses while they're in treatment. So we pay for rent, utilities, mortgages, fuel, gas cards to get to and from treatment, car payments, insurance, things like that. We pay for this while they're in treatment. So if I can have Morgan's Hollow Bookstore come on up, we're going to present them with a trophy. This is our first ever trophy in Monett. It's going to be a traveling trophy. And we made a big one, so here it is. So put your hands together and congratulate this team.
Okay.
Give them in case something close to our eyes.
One more count. This committee is our honored guest at what's called the Pink Ribbon Gala, which we hold at Indigo Sky every year. That's going to be on October 25th. They don't know it yet, but they'll get an award that night. And I want you guys to accept these 12 flags that we put together to combine the logos of the City of Monett and BCFO and fly them in your city. So on behalf of BCFO, here is our gift to you.
Nice logo. All right.
We're really grateful for this community, so thank you.
Get a picture. Now, I want to emphasize here that volunteer service by folks that work for the city is near and dear to my heart. They do it in their off time, they don't do it while they're working. So I very much appreciate it that both of you will all come up here. Have something for your I Love Me wall at the fire department. This is a certificate of recognition presented to the Monett Fire Department in honor of their outstanding dedication and commitment to raising awareness and funds in the fight against cancer. Their service to the community exemplifies courage, compassion, and unity. Your efforts bring hope, and make a lasting difference in the lives of many. Presented by me, J.R. Burke, Mayor. Well done. Well done, guys. Joe, thanks for coming down. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll get on to regular business. Item C, please.
Second reading and consideration of approval of ordinance number 9099, an ordinance of the City of Monett, Missouri, directing that the question, shall a commission be chosen to frame a charter, and the list of candidates for that commission be submitted to the voters to provide for the initiation of the process to explore whether Monett should become a constitutional charter city, and directing that the question, shall a commission be chosen to frame a charter, and the list of candidates for that commission be placed on the ballot for the local election in April of 2026 to the qualified voters within the City of Monett, Berry, and Lawrence County, Missouri.
You want to read that again?
No, thank you.
No. All right, if you've been listening into the city council meetings going back to July, particularly the working sessions, we've been talking about changing the city government. I think everyone kind of realizes now we need more people, a size of 10,000. And the way what this does is says, okay, we're going to form a charter, should it pass tonight, we're going to form a charter, form a commission of 13 people, and we're going to write our own constitution. And that gives us lots of flexibility. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I will tell you we're the last commission form of government in the state of Missouri. The one just before us was West Plains. They did it in 2013. They went from a commission government to a charter government. And we learned lessons. We had the mayor on there. So we were able not only to, within ourselves to see, we need to do something better. We need to be more representative. We also had firsthand knowledge of someone that had done it recently. And the mayor was the one who kind of led the charge, and he was still the mayor as of today in West Plains. So this being the second reading, is there anyone from the public who would like to talk about the change of government? And before I move on, if this passes tonight, this will be on the ballot in April. And along with that will be the election of the commissioners, 13 of them, who will write that charter. Okay, and that will all be on the ballot in April. Are there any comments on this particular item on charter government? You have to come up here, okay?
It's been long needed.
Okay, thank you. I'll take that as an endorsement.
Yes.
Okay. Anything from the commissioner?
You're right. This is exactly how we feel as a commission up here, sitting in front of you. This is overdue. There's a tremendous amount of work. We keep giving the city more work. We have, as you see in the agenda tonight, we appreciate you, the public, because we do work with you. And you are here tonight to listen to us meet and greet each other. We don't get a lot of meet and greet here because of our small form of government. Two of us is a quorum. It creates an opportunity for the future for us to have more conversation about matters that matter most to you, the citizen. So I am strongly recommending those who have the will and the opportunity to put their names in the commission's vote by April to create this new form of government that Monett dearly needs.
Yeah, you'll need to file by the end of the year if you want to be on the commission. We'll put more out there. We're out on that. Okay. Do you have any motion on ordinance 9099?
I'll move that we approve bill number 9099.
I'll second it.
Call roll.
Mayor Randy Burke.
Yes.
Commissioner Ken Gaspar.
Aye.
Commissioner Darren Indemina.
Aye.
Okay. We'll be on the ballot, April ballot. Okay, item D, please.
Second reading and consideration of approval of ordinance number 9093, an ordinance approving the rezoning of North Hills subdivision.
Okay, I think we have covered this quite a bit in the planning and zoning. We did the first reading. This is about a development that's north of Monett between Highway H, 17th Street, and the north boundary is County Road 2230. Okay, and what this item does, and there's two items that are pertaining to that development. What this one does is rezones it from single family homes to medium family homes, which are smaller. The lots are a little bit smaller. So do I have any motions on 9093?
I move that we approve bill number 9093.
Second?
Okay, before we go into it, this is a second reading. Is there any comments from the public on the rezoning?
How many houses are going up there? How many houses are you putting up there?
About over 100, and if you fully phase it out, it'll be over
200?
230, I think, is the number.
That's over 100. So 230? And do we have like a diagram of how it's gonna be?
And do we have one for
Do we
that?
have lot sizes, what they're gonna be? I know that's probably going into what, the plot.
Yeah, we did it on the first reading. We not have all that tonight. But yeah, we went through the details in planning and zoning, so.
We don't have like a diagram of,
And we should have
It
that.
was in the last packet. He's gonna try to pull it out.
Okay.
If approved, I can give her mine.
Last council packet?
Yes.
are they gonna be single-family homes?
Mostly. There will be, the second item is for multifamily dwellings that are going to border.
Low-income
17th Street.
housing?
It's
Or,
affordable housing. Low-income housing, no. It is not Section 8. These are houses they're going to sell on the open market. Price point will probably be somewhere around $200,000 to $220,000.
okay, would you possibly be leaving any open for HUD houses? For people who
No,
can't
that's not the
afford?
plan. That's not the plan.
Do we know who the developer is? Obviously, you
We
guys do.
Mhm.
Okay. My other question is, because I lived through it, you have BlackRock properties here in town that I have a condemned house next to me that nobody will do anything about. So I want to make sure that these houses are going to be in good shape. So can I get a copy of the,
Yeah, we can. Could
Okay.
you get your name and address and give it to the clerk, please?
she knows it.
Okay.
Kelly knows it. That's my only question for now.
The P and Z packet then. Okay.
You talking about the rezoning? Okay. All right, go ahead, Cassie.
Okay. I will say, just I'm in favor of this. As an employer in town, our biggest need is affordable housing. Our employees are making more than they're able to qualify for low-income housing, but they can't afford some of the higher prices in the 300+ range. This is the perfect amount that our employees are searching for. A lot of our employees are having to move out of Monett. They are living in surrounding communities because of lack of affordable housing in Monett. So I'm just want to voice my opinion that as an employer in town, I'm highly in favor of this particular type of subdivision.
Okay.
So.
All right, any other public comments?
I'm not sure if this is on this one or the next one, because it's kind of confusing there. But as I understand it, once the council goes ahead and approves this, then it's a go-ahead, right?
Correct.
Is that, okay. So what about some of the problems and the questions that were brought up at the last meeting? Have they been have studies been made on those things?
What we have done, and if you lived in that neighborhood, you know that we put, they've been collecting data. And also, there were complaints about speeding down that road. So that's where we put those signs, you know, they flash if you're going over the speed limit, and then go Cubs when you get below it. So we have data on what is there right now.
Okay.
And we're considering options as they pertain to public safety. We looked at sidewalks, widening the road, which I don't think is good, which is a winner, and then also taking a straight shot of 17th Street Downs.
Okay. The one main concern that I have is, has a study been made fully of the water runoff and how you're gonna maintain the water that comes off of that area?
Yes, that was a big part of it. Is Kevin here?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, if we need to, Kevin can talk through that, but we went through this in detail at the planning and zoning meeting.
Okay, all I know is that the properties they're small lots, and they have a house that is gonna be sitting there, and then they have a very little area for ground, for grass or whatever. And that means there's little place for water runoff to go to, because it's gonna come off the concrete and other places. We live just one field over, and we've never had a problem with that. I don't know what the people in between there feel like, but there's got to be water. How are you gonna control the water that comes from there and keep it from going into that next field and over into our yard? That's, so.
I think we looked at that, it's in detail, we went through that at planning and zoning.
So do you have a retaining wall, or,
Not a retaining wall, I think it's a retention pond, as I recall.
and where is that pond gonna be?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Kevin?
Their plans are being developed now for the engineering of all the projects, so at this point in time, the phase one plat is down the list to be approved. And once the preliminary plat has been approved, then they submit the formal engineering plans for review and consideration. And they do have to follow the stormwater management ordinances that were put in place back in '96. So that is a part of the project, yes.
Okay, so, but once it's approved tonight, then these plans, if they're not satisfactory, what happens?
So if I may.
Sure,
Okay.
go
So
ahead.
the item that's on the agenda tonight is just to approve a zoning change
Okay.
from the medium, from the, I'll say the regular residential density to medium density zone. That's it. It's not to approve the engineering plans, it's not to approve, you know, the
Okay, well,
house
that's,
size.
that's what I asked in the beginning.
Yeah, it
If
is.
this is for, once it's approved, if it's going through.
This is the first step that they have to go through. So
Okay.
there's still many other steps that have to be gone through. So
Okay.
the engineering studies are part of, once the plat is provided to the city, the
Mhm.
building and zoning department has to go through and make sure all of those things like retention ponds and drainage and all that
Okay.
is in consideration.
Okay,
So
thank
this-
you.
Yeah, you bet.
I appreciate it. Okay.
I just told your copy.
Do you want to pull that?
I'm okay, it should be in the packet, so.
All right, we have it. Let's go call a roll on ordinance 9093.
Mayor Randy Burke,
Yes?
Commissioner King Kessler,
Aye.
Commissioner Darren Davina.
Aye. Okay, item E, please.
Second reading and consideration of approval of ordinance number 9094, an ordinance approving the preliminary plat for phase one of the North Hills subdivision.
Okay, I have any motions?
I'll move that we approve bill number 9094.
Second?
Okay, and what this is, again, with the North Hills project, it's a preliminary plat. This is for multifamily housing that's going to be on the east side of that property or on the west side of Upper 17th Street. Have any comments from the public?
If I may,
Yeah.
I'd just like to clarify that this is not the part that's directly against 17th Street, the current preliminary.
Do we have a,
I
yeah,
have a map to clarify.
let's pull the map up before we go any further.
From my email.
It's, if I may, it's the one section from your perspective, to the west from there. It's not directly against 17th Street.
Let's pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right next.
I have to log in, so it'll be.
I know not everyone can see it, and neither can the commission. We're just doing these 3 sections here, not the one all the way against the 17th Street. It's about 300 feet.
I see. So this, the multifamily, that will be at the next, okay. I
That
gotcha.
still has to go to P&Z.
So we're the rezoning, and then it's the plat for those. Is that correct?
It's just that what we're approving right now is the preliminary plat right here.
Yeah, just point them out. That's,
This section right here.
well, I can't-
The 3 colored ones.
Yeah, it's these items here. So that I'll zoom in even further. Phase 1A, Phase 1B, and Phase 1C. What Andrew was just talking about was this here along, this is 17th Street here. You can see my cursor. So that is not what is being considered this evening.
That's correct.
What
Okay,
only is
so
being
we-
considered
I got it. Okay,
is
so it's-
1A, 1B, and 1C.
And these are all single-family houses.
They are all single-family housing within the newly approved medium-density zone.
Want to recognize the public?
Yep.
Just one question. Figured this is pretty much a done deal, but I do want to know, could someone remind me about the exits and entrances on this property?
So
See that one right there?
Right here, so going horizontally on this image, that is an east to west, that's Farm Road 2230.
Okay,
So there is one entrance and exit here
okay,
onto 2230. There's another one here, and there is another one here.
okay, very good. Now, what about coming off onto 17th Street?
17th Street is not being developed or being approved in this plot
Okay,
at this time.
very good. Okay,
I got ahead of myself. Oh.
thank you, sir. That's all I needed.
Thank you. And in fact, on this diagram, it is noted here in the lower part, it's a future phase.
Okay, let's call the roll.
Mayor Rainey
Yes.
Commissioner Ken Gaston.
Aye.
Commissioner Darren DeVito.
Hi. All right, item F, please.
Reading and consideration of approval of resolution number 9101, a resolution authorizing the City Council of Monett, Missouri to enter into a development agreement for the construction of a dog park.
I move that we approve bill number 9101.
Second?
Okay, discussion. What this does is we've talked about putting a dog park downtown for 6 or 7 years. And we've looked at a couple locations. One, FEMA zone couldn't do it. The second one, there were deed restriction that wouldn't allow us to do that. And this is a third location here, and it looks like it meets all the requirements. It is city land. It will be built by Monett Main Street with private money. And then after it gets, after it's built, it will go over to the city for maintenance. Now, what you'll need to know as a citizen is that because of insurance and liability, you'll have to have your dog certified. There'll be some type of licensing process. But what this does, and what we're voting on tonight, is to go ahead and come up with the plans and how we're gonna do that and all that licensing and criteria and all of that. So there's a lot more to follow here. We're just entering in because we in Main Street both agreed that we ought to put a dog park at 913 East Broadway. Okay, any other discussion with the commissioners?
Nope, a commission was set up, and we have a lot of pros and cons, and conversation will continue moving forward.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Mayor Randy Burke.
Yes.
Commissioner Ken Gaspard.
Aye.
Commissioner Darren Andavina.
Aye.
Here is the proposed site for the
And there's a proposed site for the dog park you see there. Sherwin-Williams is, I think, on the right there. On the left. But that's a blank lot and can certainly be used for the citizens. Go ahead. Do you have something to say? Yep. All right, let's go on to item G, please.
Reading and consideration of approval of resolution number 9102, a resolution appointing the Historic Downtown Monett Redevelopment Plan Committee and authorizing the committee to create a Historic Downtown Monett 353 redevelopment plan proposal.
Okay, do I have any motions?
I'll move that we approve bill number 9102.
I'll second.
Okay, discussion on this. This is a resolution whereby we are ready to move forward as a city to develop a tax break for those who want to revitalize or rebuild or some of their buildings downtown. The tax break will last for about 10 years. No property tax for 10 years, and there's even, depending on what the building is, you can get even longer. But we haven't developed all the rules for that. All we're doing tonight is saying we're going to develop a commission to come up with the rules, and the rules for that will be something that will finally be decided by the city council. But we just starting the process. Next is to get a commission together. It'll be at least 5 people, and then work out all the rules before we move ahead. Okay, call the roll.
Mayor Randy Burke.
Yes.
Commissioner Ken Gaspard.
Aye.
Commissioner Darren Andavina.
Aye.
Okay, item H.
First reading and consideration of approval of ordinance number 9103, an ordinance rezoning 615 Main Street from industrial D to second residential multiple dwelling B.
Okay, can you kind of take us through this, Mickey?
Andrew, can you kind of walk them through this?
Sure.
Rezoning?
I don't know if we have a map available.
No, it's not a package.
If you go ahead and speak as you're speaking, I will get it out.
Gotcha. So there was a petitioner, Thomas J. Ferris, who's hoping to rezone one particular lot of property on 615 Main Street, which is all the way to the west end of Main Street past Eisenhower. Typically in the past, it's my understanding that all of this land had been zoned industrial because it was right next to the railroad. However, this section of property is significantly up above height-wise from the railroad, so there has only been residential up there, even on the nearby zoned areas that are currently zoned industrial. There's a couple houses. The property itself is perhaps half an acre, if even that. It has a very small shed on it right now, and he'd like to be able to build a residence on this lot. It borders to the south the railroad, to the west and east other industrially zoned areas, which again, I mentioned have homes on them already. And to the north, it is already zoned Zone B with residences on it. So ideally, they'd like to be able to change it to Zone B so then they can properly build a residence to match the surrounding properties.
Right.
I was looking at the ordinances that apply. I saw 1876. Is that the Is that a typo? Is it really was rezoned there in 1876? I think that was probably part of Plymouth Junction, Main Street, and then that was before Monett was created, so this makes a lot of sense to me.
This is the correct area right here, right, Andrew? So we have central.
It's further west of Eisenhower, actually.
It's west
Keep,
of Eisenhower.
keep going. Yep, it's that third house right above where your marker is.
Yeah, most of those houses, it's all residential now, right?
Yes, so as you can
Largely
see,
undeveloped.
see where the largest white building is, right where your cursor is? Yes, that's the property. To the south of that, closer to the railroad, he plans to build a small home there, if he can get it rezoned.
Okay,
Yep.
good. All right, call roll, please.
Mayor Randy Burke.
Yes.
Commissioner Ken Casbar.
Aye.
Commissioner Darren Andrew.
Aye. Okay, Mindy, any reports?
Yeah, just very appreciative of the commissioners tonight. Obviously, we're moving forward on some economic development with Chapter 353 downtown. I know there's been a lot of questions within the community about the guidelines, and as you stated, Mayor, the guidelines will be put in place, and it's really going to be helpful for the downtown district to develop that. Otherwise, staff just continues to help beautify the city. We're working through a program we're calling Project Clean Street. That includes trying to get cars that have been parked on roadways for a long time off the roadways. It includes cleaning up some ditches. Fire department has been painting fire hydrants, and so very appreciative of all the departments that have engaged in that project to help beautify Monett and make it better for our citizens. But we're seeing a lot of really good activity. Our parks continue to be very busy. We've got new programming in place. Larry Howard is doing a great job. We're seeing a lot of use on our golf course, a lot of tournaments. A lot of those tournaments are winding down, but we've just seen a lot of activity at our golf course and our parks, and so we're very appreciative of all that's going on there. That's my report for tonight.
Okay, nice work. All right, next city council will be a work session, is going to be October 23rd. That'll be at 9:30 at City Hall, and we will meet here again second Thursday of November. That'll be November 13th, 6 o'clock. Do I have any motions to go into closed session?
Motion to go into closed session. Council will convene in closed session pursuant to section 610.021 Missouri statute to discuss cybersecurity related matters. And in attendance,
Council, City Administrator, City Clerk, and Dave Compton.
okay?
Okay, you got the second?
Second, sorry. Thank you.
All right, call the roll.
Mayor Randy Burke.
Yes.
Commissioner Ken Casbar.
Aye.
Commissioner Darren Andrew.